99,000 views, 130,000 views, 320,000 views. They kept going. Like when he had called me, asked me, I said, I didn't know nothing about this. And it was on his thing. And when I saw it, I'm looking at the comments. People thought it was a tour. They're like, well, wait a minute. We got tickets. When y'all coming back out here to the D? Now here they come describing how they used to get out. Oklahoma, people from Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Atlanta, New Orleans, Idaho, North Carolina, Nebraska, cities that you never heard of. And they say, yeah, we used to pop lock, we used to dance, we used to break dance. They gave names, dates. I'm like, wow, that shit is crazy. And it was just from a cell phone camera, you know. And part of that was because of Bandit. When they saw him drop down and walk, and people was commenting about the knees. They're like, oh, these dudes need Bengay and stuff. So we was ready to go the next day, get it in some more.
Wow, man.
So it's a market for the veterans. But
yeah,
that's another,
I know all about that. I seen some stuff though that. So okay. OG, was it Heckle and Jekyll?
Heckle and Jekyll. It's two.
Yeah.
From the Blue City Strutters, and then there's Heckle and Jekyll. And Heckle passed away.
Right.
So it's still Jekyll around.
Can you tell me about? Because I don't really know their history too much. Like
I heard about them, and Jerry told me about them.
Okay.
And they were in L.A. And they had respect. They had a lot of respect in the black community because they were getting down. They had the dog, walking the dog. They had the waves and stuff. And I love me some Jekyll. I love Jekyll stuff.
Jekyll,
and Heckle. Now, me and Gizmo, we're doing a street show on the corner of Western and King. There's a AutoZone. We're on the corner. Heckle's on the bus. So he told me later he saw us on the bus and he got off because he saw me and Gizmo. I was in my mannequin character getting it, and Gizmo was on in his tux. Now we're on the corner, and that's another way we were trying to promote the culture. Cause you see a lot of Latinos and stuff were selling tacos and foods. A lot of the blacks, they're selling CDs, T-shirts, and foods. Nobody was selling entertainment. So that's when me and Bo started doing these street shows. And that's another thing from the Poppers Picnic and then Hollywood Boulevard and stuff. But anyway, me and Gizmo was on we're doing our stuff. Music was loud. Heckle comes out. I mean, mind you, Heckle's white. He's coming, walking across the street. Now, people are looking. This is like 2 in the afternoon. And Heckle starts busting. People that were driving, they're looking. What the fuck is this? And he was getting it in. I'm like, ooh, shit, okay. But that was promoting the culture. That was promoting the culture. So he was deep in the streets right there.
I want to share something with you, okay? When I was living in a city called Madera, Fresno was about 20 minutes away. This is probably like early 80s. They had this thing called the West Coast Relays. It was
Boogaloo Vic and Chuck would always tell me about the West Coast Relays.
Yes.
And that was like similar from what I can make of it. Similar to Uncle Jam's Army here, but it was cracking out there.
Yes.
They said that was it right there.
So all the brothers that ran track will all meet. Basically, it's a part of Fresno City College. It's across the street. It's a big track.
They told me.
Yeah.
They told me.
And everybody would go there, and all the brothers from San Jose, wherever they were from, Oakland, and they had a dance across the street. There was a hall. I couldn't get to that. I was too young to get inside. But I remember being at the West Coast Relays and everything you described, like how everybody was waiting to look, because all the brothers would get dressed up because they wanted to meet the girls after they ran track, after they get all the awards, and like that was a big thing. And I just remember that was kind of like the beginning of like Fresno, like kind of like getting its name though. That I remember, with Boogaloo Sam, Pete, and
those relays.
That was the West Coast. Yeah, it was the West Coast Relays though. But then I remember that the Mexican dudes from San Jose had a complete different style than Fresno.
Everybody kind of did. Everybody had, just like everybody cooks chicken different.
Right.
Everybody cooks burgers.
Louisiana chicken,
Everybody's
Popeye's
gonna-
chicken,
everybody's
Dandy's
gonna-
chicken.
Yeah, everybody's going to interpret the music different. The foundation might be similar, but their own individual creativity is going to be different. That's the last thing that you want is to be called a biter or steal somebody's stuff. If you see somebody's stuff, don't do it exactly. You like, oh, that was tight. You flip it. You do it a little different. Don't do it the same as the last person. Do it different. And if somebody asks you, where'd you get that move from? Give credit where credit's due, where you saw it from originally. I just saw this, but I wanted to go here. I wanted, because everybody's different body types, different ideas, different stuff. So it's going to be different,
And let me ask you, from your definition, to me being OG, like, what was so bad about being called the biter? And if you was a biter?
Because you would copy somebody's stuff. So, me and you were, you're showing me some moves. You're showing me some moves. And so now I go to Texas, right? Mm-hmm. Boom. Nobody knows me in Texas. Nobody knows you about Texas. I'm going there and I'm busting your moves. Pow. Boom. I'm doing your stuff. And then people come at me. They're giving me the credit for those moves that I did, instead of me saying, no. These are such and such moves. He was telling me stuff. I just was doing them, but no, those aren't my moves. Those are his moves.
Mm-hmm.
Give credit where credit is due. And a lot of people don't want to do that. So they'll take just like with you're teaching me stuff, so I'll go somewhere else, make a whole lot of money off these same moves that you showed me, but you're sitting in the dark somewhere. No, I didn't tell nobody nothing about you. Hey man, where'd you learn that, this, that, and the other? Instead of me giving you the chance to get some opportunity, I'm keeping it for myself. I'm not saying nothing about you. I'm making it seem like it's all me, and then that's what's wrong. And that happens a lot right now, a lot.
Yes, I just remember too, like if you was a biter, pretty much like if you came to school, people was waiting for you. And
a couple times they was waiting for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I know it's like this is an interview, but I remember back then being a dancer. If you was a biter, like niggas was looking for you. Like people, they were waiting outside the fence from another school because somebody told them. Like that's Leandre, like you doing Leandre waves, and brothers was waiting for you, and you had to come out to school.
Yeah, and catch them and check them right there. Let them know, bro. No, we see what's going on.
Yeah,
if you're gonna do his move, give him credit. Don't just take him like it's all you. Yeah, it wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and the reputation kind of stayed with you. Like if you was a biter, every dance that you went to, people would say it like you go biter.
Or they wouldn't do nothing around you. Like, no, do nothing, because he going to steal your moves. Don't do nothing. Right? Or after he steals moves. So you just don't do nothing. And you kind of whisper in the back,
Right.
And that tells people to gossip pretty soon. You
Yeah.
gotta kind of defend yourself. No, I'm not buying you. Yeah, yes, you are,
That's, yeah.
But we didn't have film and, so, Polaroid cameras and stuff. We didn't to have but we had memories, mindsets and memories. But yeah, that's something you didn't want.
Yeah. So when Poppin', I know they started getting commercialized around, because Breaking came out in '83, B Street came out in '84.
That's when changed everything, watered everything down.
That's what I was gonna ask you. What changed and what got watered down in your point of view?
The whole culture.
Like the bright colors and the spike wristbands.
Well, sometimes those spike wristbands come from like with rockers.
Yeah.
Hard rockers, punk rockers. It just watered down. It didn't show the real authentic nature. It didn't show the beauty of the beast. It didn't show the real blood dude that might have the straight mentality. Couldn't really go too much far in his neighborhood because of what he is. But he was very talented when he was there, and they didn't want to talk about that part of it. Because then it's going to lead, maybe, that's in my opinion, they might lead to other things which nobody really wants to talk about. Like nobody really wants to talk about the gang culture of popping. They don't want to talk about the respect it gets, or the inspiration from the clothing, the gear, the mindset. A lot like the lowrider, street term, the rolling up the joint. That's street culture. That's a dude in the streets. The beer, the dice, the hats, flying the kite, the shooting the pistol, the military. That's all street stuff, and a lot of times like, they don't show that part of it.
Did you like the movie Breaking when it first came out?
It was cool. I saw it from an entertainment standpoint. Like, okay, I remember this. I remember this. But then I saw a lot of the dudes' moves. I'm like, okay. Talent-wise, as far as skill-wise, people are gonna be mad at me. People was just at the right place at the right time. If you really want to go to the skill level, it was other dudes they could have gotten if they really want to get that real.
Right.
And they didn't. But I'm not hating on a person that had opportunities to make a living and stuff. But a lot of some of the dancers was there at the right time. Remember, like Animation, he's the one with the mask.
I've never seen that.
A
Yeah.
lot of people like, who was that? Oh, that's Animation.
Yeah, I'm Breaking
because
too.
you know his style.
Yeah.
Smiley, Mario, oh shit, it was so many.
Who's the one brother when beginning of Breaking 2 when Ozone was like, Michael, show me your move, and he did a wave and he's like, nah, do it like this. He had a Jerry curl.
I gotta see it again. I
Oh
see it.
yeah, his name was Michael. He was actually in another documentary when they had the New York City Breakers versus the Los Angeles Midnight Breakers, and he was popping against Mr. Wave.
I gotta see his face.
Okay, I'll show it to you when we get off the.
Mr. Wave, New York.
Yeah, Mr. Wave. The New York City Breakers came out to Los Angeles. I don't know where, but then there's another crew which was called the Los Angeles Midnight Breakers, and the brother that was in Breaking 2, him and Mr. Wave was exchanging moves.
Because I know 84, no 85, 86. That's when all these other breaking groups, LA groups started coming out. You know, but the ones my first ones that I saw group wise was LA Breakers, Fresh.
Freeze.
Freeze, Baby New York.
Baby.
See, a lot of them dudes went to Venice Beach. Baby New York was at Venice. But nobody talks about them because a lot of them dudes.
Little Caesar told me that Baby New York was like he was really advanced. I know he was the brother that was breaking on top of the tractor. He was doing footwork.
He was doing shit. I wasn't really the breaking dude, so I didn't know what was good and what was bad. But I knew what was entertaining. And he had that.
Was he from New York?
I don't think. I'm not sure per se.
Yeah.
That's my thing. No.
Okay.
I might turn it off. Yeah, but Baby New York, Midnight Breakers.